29 मार्च बरोज़ जुम्मा अपना ब्रुकलिन कम्युनिटी सेंटर के ज़ेरे एहतमाम न्यूजीलैंड के मुसलमान शोहदा के साथ इजहार यकजहती के लिए एक प्रोग्राम मुनक्कद किया गया, जिसमें कांग्रेसमैन हकीम जैफरी, काउंसिलमैन खायम डोच, काउंसिलमैन मार्क ट्रिगर और मस्जिद उमर के इमाम साहब ने शिरकत की। प्रोग्राम को अपना कम्युनिटी सेंटर के प्रेसिडेंट जनाब परवेज सिद्दीकी और प्रोग्राम डायरेक्टर इरम हनीफ साहिबा ने होस्ट किया, जबकि डायरेक्टर मोहतरमा शाजिया, अपना कम्युनिटी सेंटर और अपना डे केयर की पूरी टीम और पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी की एक कसीर तादाद ने शिरकत की। आइए देखते हैं प्रोग्राम की तफसील।
Hakeem Jeffries represents the diverse 8th Congressional District of New York, an area that encompasses large parts of Brooklyn and a section of Queens. Serving his 4th term in the United States Congress, Representative Jeffries is a member of the House Judiciary Committee and the House Budget Committee. Representative Jeffries is chairman of the House Democratic Caucus, having been elected to that position by his colleagues in November 2018. In that capacity, he is the 5th highest ranking Democrat in the House of Representatives. He is also the former whip of the Congressional Black Caucus and previously co-chaired the Democratic Policy and Communications Committee, where he helped develop the For the People agenda. In Congress, Representative Jeffries has emerged as a tireless advocate for social and economic justice. He has worked hard to help residents impacted by the devastation of Superstorm Sandy, reform our criminal justice system, improve the economy for the everyday Americans, and protect our health and healthcare from right-wing attacks. One of the things that I would like to, while we're still waiting for the Imam, is that it is my great honor and privilege to introduce to you one of the most distinct and dynamic congressmen of our times. I have personally known Congressman for a while and have followed his career. He has emerged as the most powerful and influential congressman. He speaks his mind and is unabashed about his views. He represents Brooklyn, especially Coney Island, and fights for our rights in Congress. So I'm very, very proud to have him over here, and I think it is a great privilege and honor that he is visiting our community. And with this, I want to introduce Congressman Hakeem Jeffries.
Assalamu alaikum. It's an honor and a blessing to be here with you, and Pervez, thank you so much for your leadership, your friendship, your very generous introduction to our room. We appreciate all that you do for the community in such a magnificent way. And to my colleagues in government, of course, to Brother Iman, and to my colleagues in government, Mark Traeger and Chaim Deutsch, you couldn't ask for two better members of the City Council to work with. It is my privilege to represent this community in the United States Congress, the 8th Congressional District, one of the most diverse districts in the nation. 33% of the people that I represent were born outside of the United States of America. And so we recognize that this is a community where people come from all over the world, including Pakistan, to pursue the American dream. And you have made us stronger by your presence. We are blessed by your presence. We appreciate your presence, and that is part of the wonderful story that is Brooklyn and New York City. I recognize that our diversity, our immigrant experience is a strength. It is not a weakness. We are fundamentally a nation of immigrants. We are black. We are a nation of immigrants. Brother Iman. We are a nation of immigrants. We are white, we are black, we are Latino, we are Asian. We are Muslim, we are Jewish, we are Christian, we are Hindu. We are older, we are younger, we are men, we are women, we are citizens, and we are dreamers. Out of many, we are one. That is what makes America a great country. And I want to make sure you know that no matter what xenophobic, Islamophobic, racist behavior comes out of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, we're never going to let anyone take that immigrant experience away from us. And that is why I'm proud to stand with this community, stand with the Pakistani American community, stand with Council Member Traeger, stand with Council Member Haim Deutsch. I wanted to make sure that I was present here because in the last few weeks we've witnessed terrible tragedy. We've witnessed the attack on 2 mosques in New Zealand. We've witnessed the rise in white supremacy and Islamophobia and anti-Semitism and hate crimes all across this nation. And I wanted to make sure that I said right here on this corner, we will not stand for it, not now, not ever. And I know that Islam, as you practice it, is a religion of peace. And I'm thankful for the Pakistani American community. I say everywhere I go that the Pakistani American community is hardworking, entrepreneurial, community-centered, spiritually grounded, and you cook good food.
Thank you.
And so I'm just thankful for you, and we're going to continue to do all we can down in Washington with Democrats now in control of the House of Representatives to make sure that we address our broken immigration system and that we uphold the promises of those who founded this nation, who recognize that we as a country are stronger when we embrace people from all across the world who come here to make it in America, as you have done. And no one knows that better than Brooklyn and New York City. This is a city that is the greatest city in the world because we've always welcomed people from all over the world.
That's right.
And we've welcomed Italian Americans and Irish Americans, people from the Caribbean, Dominican Americans, Bangladeshi Americans, Pakistani Americans, Jews from Eastern Europe and the former Soviet Union. That is the gorgeous mosaic. That is why this is a great community. That is why we are a great borough. That is why, with your help and our partnership, we will continue to be a great nation. And so I stand with you in closing, not just as a member of Congress. I stand with you in closing, not just as a public servant, but I stand with you as your brother, here with you until the end. Inshallah, God bless you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, our respected the Congressman Hakim Jaffrey and our councilmen. So thank you, all of you come here. So we are actually Muslims. Our Islam is religion of peace. I want to say, if you say any Muslim community, there is no drug, there is no alcohol, because it is religiously prohibited for us. So automatically crime go down. So in our community is peaceful community. So all the law enforcement, they're helping always. They come Friday. We are appreciated for that. Especially our councilman Haim Deutsch, he helped us a lot. So whenever we call him, and we thank our congressman, his office is open for us 24 hours. Anytime you call, they help us, especially when in problem in immigration visa for overseas. If you go their office, his office especially, they call them, they help us. So again, we thanks to our respected, honorable councilman Hakim Jaffrey. Thank you to come here. Thank you everybody. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
I would like to take the opportunity now to, Councilman Haim Deutsch does not need introduction, so I'd like to have him say a few words.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's really great to be here today on a Friday, and like I've been here before. Imam is like my my older brother. Yes. And it's really amazing. And you know, here in New York City, we always talk about our diversity. We complement our diversity here in New York City. We have people who come from 150 different countries, who speak dozens of different languages. And you see many times elected officials talking about how diverse our district is. And for over a decade, there were electeds that were talking about bringing halal food into the public school systems. And this councilman from Southern Brooklyn has done it. So we have a pilot program this year in the public school systems to have halal and kosher food in public schools. When the mayor announced universal free lunch, it wasn't truly universal until we could accommodate those religious obligations. So when you talk about the diversity, we as a city, as a state, as federal partners, we need to accommodate that diversity. So when you have prayers out here on Friday, yes, you need police officers here, because we need to accommodate the diversity that we complement each and every day here in the city of New York. As you know, in 2018, hate crimes overall went up 6% in New York City. So far, the same time this year as last year, hate crimes went up tremendously. We had almost one hate crime every day in 2019, beginning January 1st here in New York City. We need to bring unity, not only to Brooklyn, but across the city and across the country and across the nation. We cannot have divisiveness. We need to bring tolerance and speak out against hatred, bigotry, against all communities here in New York City and beyond. And we know what happened 2 weeks ago in New Zealand. It's not something that happened in New Zealand, because it's something that affects each and every one of us who live anywhere in this globe. And that horrific act, and I call it a terrorist act, where they went in and killed 50 people that we talk about. But we don't talk about those dozens of people who are still in the hospitals, whose families are struggling, and we need to keep them in our prayers as well. We will continue here in New York and beyond as elected officials to bring tolerance, to stand up against hate, against bigotry, against Islamophobia, and against all hate against humankind, because we are all one, we are all united, and we are Brooklyn. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity to introduce to you our other great councilman, Mark Traeger. He is tirelessly working together with Chaim, and he is a teacher, and because of that, he has a great input on the education system and the education funding that he brings about. So I would like him to step up to the plate and say a few words.
Thank you so much, Pervez, and thank your room and everyone here. You know, the congressman talked about delicious food. We are at the intersection of delicious samosas and delicious borscht. Am I right? Yeah. And a couple good pizzerias still left here too. I want to thank everyone here. I want to thank, of course, our great congressman. And I have to say something. It really means a lot to have a congressman whose stature continues to rise so much in Congress, which is so important to our community, but he never forgets his community. Congressman Hakeem Jeffries is always here. Let's give him a round of applause for his leadership and partnership. And of course, my great colleague, Councilman Chaim Deutsch, who has also enormous responsibilities as chair of the Veterans Committee, but is always here in the community first. Thank you so much, Chaim, for your leadership and work as well. I agree, the theme has been, we are a people of one. The terrorist attack in New Zealand was an attack against all of us. To me, if you see the thread between these terror attacks and these hate crimes, the word ignorance is connected to all of us. Ignorance is a public health crisis and a public health disease. As we see evidenced in the White House, the truth has become an endangered species in this country. And we have to fight back against these falsehoods, which really have significant impact on our communities. As we heard, Islam means peace itself. But when I used to teach about all of our religious systems, one of the pillars of Islam is to fight and address poverty, to be charitable, to actually give of yourself to those who are less fortunate. So no child, no mom, no grandma, grandpa is hungry ever in our community. Am I right about that? That is a social safety net that the religion itself works and strengthens in our community, and we are better for it. And I also agree that we must celebrate diversity with more than just words and accolades, but with concrete actions. Just recently, the City of New York, and this is something that I've been fighting very hard on, to make sure that we have language access interpreters, including Urdu, at poll sites in New York City. We won that lawsuit. We're going to make sure the money is there. So we have interpreters who speak Urdu and Russian and other key languages. So every single person has a right to vote in our city and in our country. Am I right about that?
Right.
So we stand with you in solidarity.
Thank you.
I love my Muslim brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
We are in this, yes, we're in this together. An attack against one is an attack against all.
That's right.
And so I thank you for your sacrifice and hard work to help build up and strengthen our community. And just know that we're always going to have your back. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity to thank Chaim Deutsch, Mark Trigger, and a great congressman, the future president of the United States.
Thank you so much for coming here with us.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Jaram Hanif. I'm the program director of APNA Brooklyn Community Center. We are really honored that our three great leaders are with us here. Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, Councilman Chaim Deutsch, Councilman Mark Traeger. So APNA is trying every day bringing new and better services to serve our community in a whatever best possible way we can. But I am very confident right now standing with these three great leaders that they are with us now. They are with all the Muslim population of New York City, not only in New York City but all over America. So I'm very confident that now APNA can play a major role in terms of uniting our communities and improving our services. Just one request for all of our community members is that APNA is really in need of having more male volunteers. So we need more male members to join our center as a volunteer, as a part-time and full-time staff, so that we can serve our community in a more better way. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here today, for standing with us. I really want to thank our officers, Frank Bolzoni from 60th Precinct, the commanding officers, and all other officers. Those are here, and they made this event possible for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody.
I also want to thank our Imam, who's a great leader over here. He had to step out, but he provides the guidance. And I think because of that, this Umar Mosque is, you can see it's full of capacity. We need more space. We have to spill out on the streets to say our prayers. So one day, hopefully, we can rise up and take the mosque to the next floor.
Please try to.
Thank you for coming. आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आने का. बहुत मशकूर हूँ और इंशाल्लाह आइंदा भी हम प्रोग्राम लाते रहेंगे आप लोगों के लिए. Thank you.
There's one more announcement आप सब लोगों के लिए. Very soon, इकना आप जानते हैं बहुत नुमाया नाम है हमारी कम्युनिटी में, बहुत सालों से बहुत सारी खिदमात दे रहा है इकना. बहुत जल्द ब्राइटन बीच पे इकना और अपना ब्रुकलिन कम्युनिटी सेंटर मिलके ब्राइटन बीच पे एक फूड पेंट्री का इफ्तिताह करने वाले हैं और इंशाल्लाह आप फिर हमारे इन ग्रेट लीडर्स को देखेंगे उस फूड पेंट्री की इनाग्रेशन के दौरान. So I just said in Urdu because I want to communicate. My female members are inside the center, so thank you to all my female beautiful ladies for being here today. Very soon, ICNA, the organization, the very well-known and very established organization, and APNA Brooklyn Community Center, we are joining hands together in terms of bringing another food pantry in the Brighton Beach area. So I would like all of you, our leaders, to join us at that time and at the day of the opening of that food pantry. Thank you so much again.
Can you thank me?
Everybody look at me. Look at me. One more.
1 second, guys. Let me take one more too, okay? Please. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys.
This is Kavish, Pakistani Community TV channel. Would you like to say about whatever happened in New Zealand, in the mosque, and your support towards the community here?
It's an honor and a privilege to be here, standing shoulder to shoulder with the Pakistani American community in solidarity in the aftermath of the terrible tragedy that took place in New Zealand. It was a horrific act of terror that targeted 2 mosques in New Zealand. We should not stand for it in Brooklyn. We should not stand for it in New York City. We will not stand for it in the United States of America. And I wanted to make sure that I continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with the Pakistani American community, which has done so much to increase the vibrancy here in the borough. You have made us stronger, consistent with the great history of New York City as one that welcomes immigrants from all across the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Councilman Mark Trigger.
Yes.
We thank you for coming over here. So, would you like to say about New Zealand and the mosque, your support towards the community here?
Yes, the terrorist attack in New Zealand was one of the most horrific things that we've seen. And what I've said in our community is an attack against one is an attack against us all. We all feel that pain and that loss. The Islamic religion itself means peace, and I used to teach history, and I know that one of the pillars of Islam, which I really appreciate and admire, is to fight poverty and to actually give to charity, to make sure that no child, no family, no senior is ever hungry or in need. And so what we're fighting is not just bullets, we're fighting lies, we're fighting false ideas. And so I think that the long-term answer and solution to this is better education and making sure that when we raise children and raise families, we raise them with the truth and with decency and humanity. And to fight back every time we see hate or ignorance, we fight back with the truth. So I think that today was an important event where we show solidarity in our community. Regardless if you're Muslim, Jewish, Christian, you name it, we are in this together. And so I am so proud to be a part of this community, to represent this community, and just let everyone here know that I will always have your back, not just with words, but with actions.
Thank you so much, Councilman.
Thank you so much. Sure.